The American Civil War was not just a clash of North and South, it was a battlefield of the most notorious minds in history. Did you know, behind these faded monochrome photographs lie generals who were hailed as heroes yet cursed as butchers? Genius or infamous? What truths have been buried for over a century? Join Vintage Shots as we reopen the files on the 20 most notorious generals who shook the very foundation of America.
Leading the pack is none other than Robert E. Lee, the Commander-in-Chief of the Confederate States Army. He stands as perhaps the most iconic yet complex figure of the entire Civil War. Renowned for his brilliant tactical mind, Lee's strategies were the backbone of numerous Confederate victories, constantly outmaneuvering the Union forces against all odds. His leadership during the pivotal Battle of Gettysburg remains a subject of intense military study even today. Though the battle marked a crushing turning point for the Union, Lee's ability to inspire his men never wavered. His deep devotion to the Southern cause transformed him into a symbol of independence, earning him both eternal admiration and fierce controversy that echoes through American history to this very day. Next on our list is Ulysses S. Grant, the man who secured victory for the Union. Rising as a pivotal leader, Grant was legendary for his unyielding pursuit of triumph. From his rapid rise through the ranks to his unmatched resilience in critical battles like Vicksburg and Chattanooga, his strategic genius systematically dismantled the Confederate resolve. Appointed as the General-in-Chief of all Union armies, Grant's decisive approach and masterful coordination with other forces led to the historic moment at Appomattox Courthouse, where he forced the final Confederate surrender. It was Grant's stubborn determination and fierce leadership that effectively ended the bloodshed and brought the Civil War to its absolute conclusion, cementing his legacy as a national savior. Moving to number 3, General William Tecumseh Sherman, a name that still sparks fierce debate today. Sherman is most infamous for his controversial total war strategy designed to crush the spirit of the Confederacy. He didn't just target soldiers, he aimed for the very infrastructure and civilian resources that fueled the Southern war effort. His notorious march to the sea from Atlanta to Savannah left a trail of total destruction, effectively paralyzing the South's ability to fight back. While his tactics were brutal and harsh, they were undeniably effective in accelerating the end of the war. Sherman's bold yet ruthless actions remain a central point of debate, highlighting the dark complexity of war ethics and the devastating impact of military strategy on civilian life. At number 4, we encounter a military genius, Thomas "Stonewall" Jackson. A vital asset to the Confederacy, Jackson was feared for his fearless command and innovative tactics. He earned his legendary nickname, Stonewall, at the First Battle of Bull Run, where he stood unshakable against a fierce Union assault. His ability to execute rapid maneuvers and bold surprise attacks became the stuff of legend. Jackson's leadership was critical in major victories, including the Shenandoah Valley Campaign and the Battle of Chancellorsville. His sudden death in 1963 was a devastating blow to the Southern cause. Even today, military strategists study his legacy as a master tactician, proving that his influence on the art of war is truly timeless. Occupying the 5th spot is George McClellan, a man of meticulous organization. Appointed to lead the Union's Army of the Potomac, McClellan was a master at building and training a massive military force. However, his extremely cautious approach often became his greatest weakness. His hesitation led to numerous missed opportunities on the battlefield, most notably during the Peninsula Campaign and the bloody Battle of Antietam. Despite his military shortcomings, McClellan remained deeply respected by his troops for his unwavering devotion to their welfare. After the war, his ambitions shifted to politics, leading to a failed presidential bid against Abraham Lincoln in 1964. Later, as the governor of New Jersey, he continued to shape American public life, leaving behind a legacy that remains one of the most debated in military history. At number 6, we find James Longstreet, a vital Confederate general known as one of Robert E. Lee's most trusted advisors. He was renowned for his sharp strategic mind and unwavering steadiness in the heat of battle.
Lee affectionately called him his old warhorse. Longstreet played a critical role in major clashes, such as the Second Battle of Bull Run and the bloody Antietam. His contributions were vital at the Battle of Gettysburg, where his defensive tactics aimed to offset the Union's massive advantages. Despite the heated controversies surrounding his actions at Gettysburg, Longstreet's military talent and loyalty to Lee remained indispensable to the South's early successes. After the war, his writings provided priceless insights into the Confederate command structure, ensuring his place as a key figure in military history, forever remembered for his tactical depth. Rounding out our first group at number 7 is Philip Sheridan, a dynamic leader whose aggressive cavalry tactics fundamentally changed the war's outcome. Famous for his relentless pursuit of Confederate forces, Sheridan's decisive victory at the Battle of Five Parks was the final blow that led to the fall of Petersburg and Richmond, clearing the path for total Union success. Sheridan's lightning-fast, powerful campaigns showcased his firm belief in total war, a strategy that didn't just target armies, but systematically dismantled the South's resources and morale. By striking hard and fast, he significantly accelerated the end of the conflict, leaving an indelible mark on military history as a master of modern warfare. Starting our next chapter at number 8 is J.E. Stuart, the dashing cavalry commander of the Confederacy. Famous for his bold reconnaissance missions and daring raids, Stuart was the eyes and ears of Robert E. Lee's army. His uncanny ability to gather vital intelligence while disrupting Union operations provided a critical edge for the Southern forces during the war's most intense years. Stuart's legendary ride, circling the entire Union Army during the Peninsula Campaign, showcased his absolute mastery of cavalry tactics. It earned him widespread admiration, but also a reputation for flamboyant risk-taking. Though he met a tragic end at the Battle of Yellow Tavern in 1864, Stuart's military feats remain a testament to his skill and courage. He stands forever as one of the most captivating and colorful figures in the history of the Civil War. At number 9, we look at the most polarizing figure of the war, Nathan Bedford Forrest. With no formal military training, Forrest relied on pure instinct and innate strategic genius to lead some of the most successful cavalry raids in history. He was a master of disruption, constantly severing Union supply lines and communication networks with lethal efficiency. His bold tactics and fearless leadership earned him the chilling nickname, the Wizard of the Saddle. However, Forrest's legacy is deeply tarnished by his post-war involvement with the Ku Klux Klan, a dark shadow that continues to cloud his military achievements. His complex and controversial persona remains a subject of intense debate, highlighting the duality of a man who was both a brilliant commander and a figure of deep historical conflict. At number 10, we meet Ambrose Burnside, a Union general perhaps most famous for his distinctive facial hair, which actually inspired the term sideburns. While he possessed great personal charm and undeniable leadership qualities, Burnside faced crushing challenges throughout his career. His tenure as commander of the Army of the Potomac was tragically defined by the disastrous Battle of Fredericksburg, where his direct frontal assaults led to staggering casualties for the Union forces. Despite being heavily criticized for his tactical decisions, Burnside's loyalty to the Union cause remained unwavering. He was a man who recognized his own limitations, yet never stopped serving his country. Beyond the battlefield, he later transitioned to a successful political career, serving as a U.S. Senator, where he continued to contribute to the nation in a different role. Burnside remains a striking figure, remembered as much for his unique style as for the complex legacy of his command. Coming in at number 13, we journey to Joseph Hooker, widely known by his aggressive nickname, Fighting Joe. A Union general of immense charisma and decisive command style, Hooker initially revitalized the Army of the Potomac, implementing brilliant organizational reforms and boosting troop morale to new heights. However, his leadership at the Battle of Chancellorsville remains one of the most complex chapters in Civil War history.
Despite his meticulous preparation and superior numbers, Hooker suffered a staggering defeat, outmaneuvered by the daring tactics of Lee and Jackson. His legacy is a haunting mix of bold strategies and the harsh reality of military failure. Hooker's career reflects the predictable yet unforgiving nature of wartime leadership, where one's greatest plans can crumble in an instant. Even with his defeat, Fighting Joe remains a compelling figure whose ambition and challenges continue to fascinate historians today. At number 12, we find Braxton Bragg, a Confederate general whose career was as much about internal strife as it was about the enemy. While Bragg was highly skilled in logistics and organization, his rigid and abrasive leadership style sparked constant discord within his own ranks. His command was plagued by frequent conflicts with subordinates, severely damaging the morale and cohesion of his forces. Notable battles like Chickamauga showcased his strategic potential, yet these moments were often overshadowed by subsequent failures and retreats. Bragg's legacy serves as a stark reminder of how leadership dynamics can dictate military success. It proves that internal conflict can weaken even the strongest armies and undermine the efforts of the most talented commanders. His story remains a complex study of the heavy toll that a difficult personality can take on the battlefield. At number 13, we recognize George Meade, the man who stood as a critical shield at the Battle of Gettysburg. Taking command just days before the clash, Meade's strategic brilliance and decisive actions led the Union to one of their most vital victories. By halting Lee's invasion of the North, he forever changed the trajectory of the Civil War. Despite his monumental success, Meade's humble and low-key leadership style often left him overshadowed by more flamboyant contemporaries. He continued to serve with distinction, working closely with Ulysses S. Grant during the grueling Overland Campaign. Meade's quiet determination and tactical expertise played an essential role in shaping the final outcome of the war. His legacy highlights the immense value of a leadership style that is effective yet profoundly modest. At number 14, we reflect on Albert Sidney Johnston, a high-ranking Confederate general whose early successes made him a deeply revered figure in the South. Commanding the Western Department, he orchestrated initial victories that provided a massive boost to Confederate morale. However, Johnston's promising career was tragically cut short at the Battle of Shiloh, where he was mortally wounded while leading from the front. His death was a staggering blow to the Confederacy, as many believed he was the only leader capable of achieving a major strategic triumph in the West. Johnston's leadership and lost potential left a profound mark on history, with some historians speculating that his continued presence could have altered the entire trajectory of the war. At number 15, we encounter John Bell Hood, a Confederate general known for his aggressive tactics and bold yet often reckless decision-making. Initially hailed for his immense bravery and leadership in pivotal battles like Gettysburg and Chickamauga, Hood's approach became increasingly desperate when he took command of the Army of Tennessee. His relentless head-on strategies, particularly during the Atlanta campaign and the disastrous battles of Franklin and Nashville, led to staggering losses for the Confederate forces. Hood's decisions significantly weakened his army and contributed to the ultimate collapse of the Southern defense in the Western theater. His story serves as a stark lesson on the grave risks of over-aggression in military command, where courage alone cannot overcome strategic flaws. At number 16, we meet Jubal Early, a Confederate general known for his audacious raids that struck terror deep into Union territory. His daring 1864 campaign, which included a direct threat to Washington, D.C., showcased his strategic cunning and his remarkable ability to operate with extremely limited resources. After the war, Early became a pivotal figure in promoting the lost cause ideology, profoundly influencing how the South remembered the Confederacy's legacy. He was fiercely active in post-war politics, defending Southern ideals and rewriting the historical narrative for future generations. Early's actions, both on the battlefield and in his writings, left a permanent impact on Southern identity
and how the American Civil War is interpreted to this very day. At number 17, we witness the tragic heroism of Lewis Armistead, a Confederate brigadier general forever linked to Pickett's charge at Gettysburg. Leading his men with unparalleled courage, Armistead famously reached the high watermark, piercing the Union line at Cemetery Ridge. It was a brief, shattering moment of success in an otherwise devastating assault. Tragically, he was mortally wounded at the peak of the breakthrough, marking a deeply emotional sacrifice on the battlefield. What makes his story truly poignant was his lifelong friendship with Union General Winfield Scott Hancock, who was stationed on the opposing side. Their bond, severed by the cruelty of the war, symbolizes the painful personal divisions of the conflict. Armistead's legacy highlights the profound human cost of a war that pitted brother against brother and friend against friend. At number 18, we look at George Pickett, a name inseparably linked to the infamous Pickett's charge at the Battle of Gettysburg. This remains one of the most iconic and tragic moments in American military history. His bold but ill-fated assault against the Union center represented the Confederates' final desperate gamble to turn the tide of the entire war on that bloody Pennsylvania field. The assault resulted in catastrophic losses for Pickett's division, marking a definitive turning point against the Southern cause. Pickett's legacy is forever frozen in this single harrowing moment, symbolizing both the raw courage and the ultimate tragedy of the Southern effort. It serves as a profound reminder of the war's lasting impact on the American psyche and the staggering price paid for a mission that many saw as glorious yet fundamentally impossible. At number 19, we honor Winfield Scott Hancock, a Union general celebrated for his brilliant leadership at the Battle of Gettysburg. Hancock was the superb commander who stood firm against the wave of Pickett's charge, orchestrating a defense that became the backbone of the Union victory. His unmatched composure under fire and tactical mastery earned him the nickname Hancock the Superb, highlighting his pivotal role in saving the Union on that fateful day. Beyond his military achievements, Hancock transitioned into the political arena, running as the Democratic presidential candidate in 1880. Though he lost the election by the slimmest of margins, his legacy as a national hero and a deeply respected public figure remained untarnished. Hancock's life reflects a dual contribution to both the military and the political fabric of the nation. He's remembered as a man of stern integrity, whose service on and off the battlefield left a lasting impact on American history. Concluding our list at number 20 is Joseph E. Johnston, a Confederate leader renowned for his masterful defensive strategies. Often frustrating Union advances with his tactical precision, Johnston's cautious and calculated approach was vital in preserving Confederate forces during grueling campaigns like the struggle for Atlanta. However, his career was defined by a turbulent relationship with Confederate President Jefferson Davis. Their constant friction over military strategy and command decisions added a layer of political complexity to his leadership. Despite these tensions, Johnston's contributions to the war effort were substantial. His ability to execute strategic retreats and his long-term vision played a crucial role in prolonging the Southern resistance. Johnston remains a figure of deep study, illustrating the difficult balance between military necessity and the harsh realities of political conflict. 20 generals, 20 different fates, but all left an indelible mark on the soul of a nation. Who among them do you think was the most brilliant or the most misunderstood? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you're a fan of history brought to life, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to Vintage Shots for more incredible archival journeys. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next chapter of history.